Cos pi over 3 minus pi over 6. So the reason we have this sum and difference identities is basically we can get exact values for everything that's on the unit circle, but using these sum and difference identities, we can actually find exact values for angles that are not on the unit circle. So this first example, though, if we actually figure out what are we finding the cosine of, well, what is pi over 3 minus pi over 6? So pi over 3 minus pi over 6 is the same as 2 pi over 6 minus pi over 6, which is pi over 6. We already know what the cosine of pi over 6 is from the unit circle. I know that's going to be root 3 over 2. The point of these first couple examples is just verifying to you that this actually works. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to write the appropriate formula or write identity up above. So because it's cos and I'm subtracting, I know I have to use the cos alpha minus beta formula. So that formula is cos alpha times cos beta plus sine of alpha times the sine of beta. In this case, alpha is pi over 3 and beta is pi over 6. So this is going to be the cos of pi over 3 times the cos of pi over 6 plus the sine of pi over 3 times the sine of pi over 6. Then we're actually going to find ratios from the unit circle. We'll start subbing them in. So from the unit circle, the cosine of pi over 3 is a half. The cosine of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. So once you actually change to the ratio, there's no sine or cos there anymore. Plus, the sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2, and the sine of pi over 6 is a half. Multiplying those out, the first two, a half times root 3 over 2 is root 3 over 4. So it's just top times top, bottom times bottom. Root 3 over 2 times a half for the second one, same thing as root 3 over 4. Root 3 over 4 plus root 3 over 4. Well, we just add the numerators because there's already a common denominator. So root 3 plus 1 root 3 means we have 2 root 3's over 4. 2 over 4 simplifies and we end up with just root 3 over 2. Which, again, we already knew from the unit circle that the cos of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2, so the formula works. This isn't the point, right, of finding these things that are already on the unit circle. This example is just verifying. It's showing us that the formula does work.